Rey is the hero of our current saga. She's our Jedi, a monument of hope, and the only person who can stand against the mighty Kylo Ren. However, when we leave Rey in The Last Jedi, her weapon, her lightsaber, is snapped in two. Now, there's no way Rey is going to go without a lightsaber in Episode 9. I mean, how else is she going to fight Kylo Ren? That staff is pretty cool, but a lightsaber would go right through it. So in this video, I want to talk about the different possibilities for Rey constructing a new lightsaber in Episode 9. I've got a couple theories about how this could go down. Let's talk about it. Guys, today's video is sponsored by Amino. You've heard of Amino. It's the app that powers over 1 million different fan communities all over the internet. This includes, of course, Star Wars. Amino is the official sponsor of Star Wars Sundays here on the Den of Nerds. And as always, I did an exclusive bonus video, which you can only get if you go check it out on the app. The app itself is full of really cool features, including fan communities, quizzes, fan art, and all sorts of cool stuff like that. I'm on the Amino app as Joshua Lucas. Make sure you go follow me to check out all the Den of Nerds content we put up there. All right, so I want to get into these theories, and the first two actually circle around the idea of Anakin's lightsaber. Now, of course, the lightsaber is snapped in half, but Rey does still have those two halves of the Kyber crystal. Now, my first thought was, what if she could repair that Kyber crystal or sort of fuse it back together, or perhaps put it into the chamber of a lightsaber and keep it together with the Force? Kyber crystals are sentient. It is possible that it could communicate with its other half, find some kind of a form once again. Now, I think this is sort of similar to what is going on with Kylo Ren's Kyber crystal. You see, that crystal is cracked and not stable. That is why it crackles the way that it does, and the blade looks the way that it looks. And while this is really cool, the more I thought about it, I thought, I don't really want them to go this route. I don't know if I could handle two of those crackling lightsabers in scenes together, especially if they're going to be clashing against each other in some kind of an epic battle. Yeah, it's probably too much to have two of those lightsabers, so I don't really think that's the way they're going to go. Now, the other option that's available to Rey using Anakin's crystals is, of course, to create a double-sided lightsaber. I mean, think about it. The one Kyber is now two Kybers. Rey uses that staff and she's really stinking good with it. So a natural extension of that line of thinking would take us to a double-sided lightsaber. A lot of people actually thought Rey was going to have a double-sided lightsaber in Episode 8, and this was before they saw any cracked crystals. This was all just based on her ability with that staff. So I don't know. I think it could be a really cool thing. I don't know if the blades would be sort of weakened because they're half of a crystal, but I do know that Rey is really good with that staff, and she'd probably be amazing with a double-sided lightsaber. Now, technically, Jedi actually do not use double-sided lightsabers in canon, and the reason for this is because a double-sided lightsaber was seen by the Jedi Order as a weapon of aggression. It was seen as an upgrade to a single-bladed lightsaber that was meant to just enhance the killing capacity and the damage output of a weapon. The Jedi used their lightsabers more as a peaceful defensive mechanism, so they never really thought having a double-sided lightsaber would fit within the canon. Now, there are exceptions to this, and the Jedi were allowed to have a lot of autonomy within the Order, especially if they had the rank of Master. So I'm not saying it's completely unheard of, but it is really not a Jedi thing to have a double-sided lightsaber. Now, Rey is, of course, rebuilding and reestablishing the Jedi Order, so she could decide that this is completely okay in her eyes. I mean, she might desire having a double-sided lightsaber just because she is comfortable with the staff. So, I don't know. Even though the Jedi Order might look down upon it, the fact that she's in charge and she can sort of create the new order in her image leads me to believe that she might be okay rocking that double-sided blue saber, and man, would it look good. Now, the strongest possibility, and the one they'll probably go with, is the possibility of Rey finding another crystal. I think the way this would go down is to have a planet of Kyber call out to Rey. Now, Kybers are sentient and they can actually sing all the way across the galaxy. This is what happens in the Ahsoka novel after she loses her lightsabers from the Jedi Order. She needs new Kyber crystals, and a perfect match for her finds her and sings to her from across the galaxy. Rey has already shown an affinity for having connections with different objects within the Force, especially lightsabers. So I think the way this would go down was to have a planet call out to Rey and for her to discover it. Now, there are all sorts of examples of awesome Kyber that were already established in canon that could call out to Rey. I mean, the Darksaber is such an epic lightsaber and strong and ancient, so that would be a good option. There's also Mace Windu's lightsaber, which is totally rad and purple. That could be really cool. Or, as superfan Laura LaPlante is hoping, you could also have the Ghost Fire Kyber crystal. Okay, now I need to side Akbar here for a second, and this is all for you, Laura, but I wanted to explain what the Ghost Fire crystal was for those of you that don't know. It's essentially a Kyber crystal that ignites in a translucent beam and makes no sound. So it's like a stealth kind of dagger version of a lightsaber. Super cool crystal. I don't even know if it's in canon, but Laura was asking me about it a couple times, so I wanted to slide it into this video. Now, as I was saying, there are all sorts of cool crystals already established in canon that could call out to Rey, but I don't really think that's what's going to happen. I mean, this new saga and Rey's story is all about newness. It's about building a new legacy and moving forward. Now, most fans in the Star Wars community believe that Rey will create and reestablish a new Jedi Order. Now, these new Padawans and eventual masters, they will all need Kyber crystals as well. So that's why I really believe a planet full of Kyber will call out to Rey. This could be a planet that the Jedi knew about but hid from Imperial records. It could be a completely undiscovered planet that nor the Empire or the Jedi knew about, or it could be a planet in the Outer Rim or the unknown regions. Either way, I think a planet full of Kyber and strong with the cosmic force will call out to Rey and bring her to harvest a new crystal. Now, I want to stop here for a second. In the bonus video, which is available exclusively on Amino, I actually go into my dream scenario for Rey getting a new lightsaber crystal, and it has to do with Ahsoka. So if you're interested in checking out my fanboyish dream scenario for Rey getting a new Kyber crystal and meeting Ahsoka Tano, go check out the bonus video on Amino. Now, as for what color Rey's Kyber crystal could be, I mean, if she goes with Anakin's saber, it'll of course be blue, but I'm kind of hoping she finds a unique color. We haven't really seen a lot of yellow in Star Wars lately, and that would be awesome for her to have a Temple Guard yellow-like saber, or to find another rare color like the Darksaber or Mace Windu's. I think this would really fit for Rey because she's such a unique Force user and this new beginning of a new legacy. So I'm hoping for something more extravagant, or at the very least green, so that it differentiates itself from the blue. I mean, at this point, we're all just getting sick of blue lightsabers. So that's it, guys. That is my video talking all about how Rey could construct a new lightsaber in Episode 9. What do you think of these different theories? Is there one that really stands out to you? Maybe you think it's the way they will go. And what do you think about the Kyber crystals calling to Rey? Because I really think that's going to happen. I mean, she's going to have to establish this new Jedi Order. She's going to have to arm her new Jedi with lightsabers. I think this is the perfect solution, but I want to know what you all think. So hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and nerdy day, and I will see you in the next video.